When Tracy Brabin was a child, her mum ran Betty's Cafe in Birstall, West Yorkshire, where the lemon drizzle cake was legendary. It was a family affair. Tracy's gran washed up for no wages. Her dad, a sewing machine salesman, was often out of work, so Betty's fed the family and paid the rent on their two-bed council flat. Tomorrow, Brabin will stand again for election as Mayor of West Yorkshire, the image of her mother working long hours in the cafe etched on her mind. Betty Brabin died last November aged 93, but after a painful period of limbo her inquest was only held last week during the final days of Tracy's poll campaign. "Everything I have done as mayor, and want to do if re-elected, has been influenced by Mum," the former actress says when we meet over breakfast. "My mum made me who I am today. My dad was in and out of work, so it was Mum who had to make Betty's Cafe work. She didn't have the chances I want everyone else from the Howden Clough estate to have. Everything from her pledges to build 5,000 affordable homes to fixing transport by putting buses under local control and a plan for a tram network, from widening education to creating jobs and letting people's creativity flourish, is about offering opportunities that could have transformed a life like Mum Betty's. I grew up in a cramped two-bedroom council flat," Brabin, 62, says of bringing her experience as a free school meals kid to her mayor role. "So, to meet a family where a mother who is pregnant and has been evicted via a no-fault eviction is able to move into her own home in Kirklees because of our housing program, I can think, you are going to be okay, your future is bright." I started asking Brabin which part of her career made her mum happiest, becoming Labour MP for Batley and Spen, being Mayor of West Yorkshire, or playing Tricia Armstrong in Corrie, but she finished the sentence for me. "Coronation Street every day of the week," laughed Brabin, whose 90s co-stars included Kevin Kennedy, Curly Watts. "Mum didn't really understand what the job of mayor was. She'd say, 'You looked beautiful on the television,' though when she'd seen me on the news. She knew people going past the house looked in because someone from Coronation Street had lived there. And being in Corrie meant I could take Mum on trips like the QE2. It gave me the benefit of opportunity which I was able to share with my family." "My final scene in The Rovers, I asked if my mum could sit in, and Liz Dawn, who played Vera Duckworth, gave her the hug of her life." On June 16, 2016, when local MP Joe Cox was murdered outside Birstall Library, Betty was inside Knit and Natter locked down with the other terrified occupants, and it was some time before her family knew she was safe. "I met Joe trying to help save that library from closure," Brabin says. It was Joe who, after the successful Birstall Library campaign, urged Brabin, a fellow Heckman White grammar school girl, to think about entering politics, never imagining the horrific events that would lead to her new friend becoming her successor. But by 2021, Brabin had become frustrated by opposition. "I came to politics late," she says, by way of explanation. "I wanted to have the tools to make change for people in Batley and Spen and not have to wait for a Labour government. I felt if Labour are in power in the region, we can make change." She decided to leave Parliament and stand for the new position of Mayor of West Yorkshire. "As mayor, I can promise every primary school in West Yorkshire will have a library," she says. "Ensuring every child in the area will have access to books, grassroots sports and creativity." When I visited Batley Food Bank with Brabin in 2017, a promise I left unfulfilled to my friend Joe, we popped in on Betty and were rewarded with a slice of the famous lemon drizzle cake and a cup of Yorkshire tea. But in her final years, the fiercely independent Betty needed more care. Her sister, a nurse, was able to be there to support their mum. "We were very privileged to be there at the end to say our goodbyes," Tracy says. "So many families didn't have that chance in recent times. I found a lot of peace in having said everything I wanted to say. So many others didn't have that when they couldn't see their loved ones during COVID, while the politicians who told them to do this." She trails off, but we both know she means the betrayals of Partygate and Barnard Castle. Mayors can rebuild that trust, Brabin, the cross-party chair of the Metro Mayors, including Labour's Sadiq Khan, Andy Burnham, and Steve Rotheram, says. Mayors are the forward party. Mayors help restore public trust in politics by delivering what we promise to deliver. You can change policies and change the direction. It's place over politics. We live like the people we represent. I use the buses and trains, and when people see me they often tell me the huge impact unreliable transport has on their lives. So that's why we are fixing it, putting transport back into local control, and freezing prices with the mayor's fares. Like everyone else, I have to ring the doctor at 8 a.m. to try to get an appointment and I can't get a dentist. I feel it. I get it. Our country is broken. Being in opposition as a member of parliament, I wasn't able to make as much change. It's a huge privilege, and I feel I've only just got started. 3 years feels like 5 minutes. But all 10 manifesto pledges have been achieved, from bringing down bus fares to £2, to securing over 1,000 new green jobs for young people and recruiting 896 new police officers and staff. I can say, I promised all this, and I've delivered. New research out yesterday from the Fawcett Society revealed just 34% of local election candidates, 26% of police and crime commissioner candidates and 27% of mayoral candidates are women. It highlighted just one existing Metro mayor has been a woman, Brabin. There are still more mayors called Andy, Street and Burnham, than women mayors, she says. I'm excited there will hopefully be more women Labour mayors after tomorrow. There are, however, some downsides to being a woman mayor. Fleets of electric bikes for city living have been called Boris bikes in London and are sometimes known as Burnham bikes in GTR Manchester. We were going to call them Brabin bikes in West Yorkshire, but it doesn't have quite the same ring when you're a woman, she says, laughing. Tomorrow, Betty's daughter will ask for 4 more years doing the job she loves, making hardworking lives in West Yorkshire better and brighter. Imagine a Labour council with a Labour mayor and a Labour government? It will be very refreshing. Just think what we can get done, she says. Follow Mirror Celebs and TV on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.